Okay. Good evening. It's January 2nd, 2019, and I would like to call to order the Board of Directors meeting of the RSU 14 Wyndham Raymond School District. Mr. Prince?
Kate Bricks.
Here.
Eric Colby.
Present.
Jenny Cummins.
Here.
Don Dillon. Pete Hensler.
Here.
Anna Kenny.
Here.
Kate LaVey.
Here.
Scott McLean. Here.
Okay. We'll all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Prince, are there any adjustments to the agenda?
No, there's not.
Okay. And public input? Seeing none, I'd like a motion to go into executive session, please.
I move to approve going into executive session to consider the possible readmission of a student pursuant to 1 MRSA subsection 4056B.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? All those opposed? We're in executive session. Okay, thank you. We're back in session. Could I have a motion, please?
I move to approve that the student under consideration be readmitted to school and that the superintendent provide the parents with a written summary of the board's findings.
Second.
All those in favor? No opposed? The motion carries. Let's go on to the next piece of business, which okay, so I need a motion about the wayfinding map and street names.
I move to approve the proposed campus road names and address changes presented to the board for purposes of updating the 911 database.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Do we have public comment?
We have public.
Good evening. Sina, I'm your only public. Marge Gavoni. Could you one more time, I don't know if anybody's watching, but if somebody is watching, could you just give them a rough breakdown of where the roads are going to be and what they are? In case they missed the previous meeting.
And just also want to underscore that the reason for naming of the campus roads is for Enhanced 911. It's a task that has not been yet completed. And there are 3 roads that are being proposed. So first one is Educational Way. And Educational Way starts all the way at the far end, which is the primary school driveway, which is closest to Pope Road, and continues all the way out and exits by Field Allen by the superintendent's office. That will be Educational Way. Expedition Drive, which is everyone's favorite road on the Wyndham campus, is the driveway that separates Wyndham High School and Wyndham Middle School. And finally, Stadium Drive. Stadium Drive goes from the corner of the middle school front parking lot and the high school size parking lot and continues up the stadium and exits closest to the new transportation facility. And those are the 3 proposed name changes. And ultimately, the only school impacted by this will be Wyndham Primary School, which currently is a 404 Gray Road address, but does not actually come out at Gray Road.
Okay, any board discussion?
If I remember when we talked about this, there was some discussion about how that might impact tax forms or something well above my head. Did we look into that and figure that out?
So the actual one that might impact our state filing is the school street, which our superintendent's office for RSU 14 is located at 228 Wyndham Center Road and 8 School Street. It actually occupies both addresses, and the question being, do we go with 8 School Street or 228 Wyndham Center Road? 8 School Street is where it fronts. However, all of our federal and state paperwork as far as IRS forms and all that, and all those filings are at the 228 Wyndham Center Road. So with the holiday, we've not had a chance to research what the impact would be.
So that's not part of tonight's.
That's not part of tonight.
Okay, so just to clarify, the address for the administration building and the address for the middle school is not changing.
And Wyndham High School as well.
And Wyndham High School.
Yep. So Wyndham
That
High
is-
School, yep, will
okay.
still be 406, Wyndham Middle School 408.
Okay.
Wyndham Primary School, however, will have a new address being Educational Way, probably beginning of next year.
Okay. Cool. Any other discussion? You ready to vote? All right. So all those in favor? All those opposed? The motion carries. Okay, now we're to policies. And could I have a motion, please?
I move to approve the first reading of policy JLFA, child abuse and neglect.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any public comment? Any board discussion?
Like Mr. Pell.
Mr. Powell?
Mr. Pell.
Well,
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Came from Reentry. To give us some, please.
Sure. JLFA is a new policy for us. It's not a policy we've had, and it is a sister policy to a current policy we have on child abuse reporting, which is JLF. This policy came out of the most recent legislative session, and it actually came as a response to some very public DHHS issues in the state of Maine with students who may have had some signs of abuse and whether or not they were recognized in schools. And so the legislature wanted to make sure that if any school personnel or any member of anyone who works in the school community has reason to suspect that a student is being abused in any way, that they know the proper procedure for reporting that. So this policy has three different components. One being a reminder to policy JLF, which is that if you have any issues with or any reason to suspect that a student is being abused, that you're reporting that to the proper authorities within a school building, and that as an employee or a visitor or a volunteer, that you are getting written receipt that that actual report has been made. It also allows individuals who might be volunteers or other people who are unemployed to go ahead and make those reports to the HHS. The second two components, which are new for us, one is a mandatory 1-hour training for all certified or approved staff in the RSU, and that's on how to recognize abuse and neglect in students. And we are in the process of looking for some training so that we can do some trainers and make sure that our staff are up to speed and that they're trained in that. And then lastly, is a requirement by the legislature that in grades K to 5 that there be a curriculum in place that students can be properly taught at appropriate age level what's appropriate touching, what's not appropriate touching, when somebody does something, what are the warning signs. And so we have various programs that we currently have in place, however, in the midst of doing a complete review to make sure that we are consistent across the RSU and making sure that our youngest students know when they're either being preyed upon or they're very vulnerable.
Thank you. Any board discussion? Any further board discussion? Okay. All those in favor? All those opposed? None. Motion carries. Could I have a motion for the second reading of policy ACAA?
I move to approve the second reading of policy ACAA, harassment and sexual harassment of students. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any public comment? Any board discussion? Okay. All those in favor? All those opposed? None. Okay, motion carries.
I move to approve the second reading of policy ACAA-R, student discrimination and harassment complaint procedure.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any public comment? Any board discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries.
I move to approve the second reading of policy ACAB-R, employee and third-party discrimination and harassment complaint procedure.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any public comment? Any board discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. Motion carries.
I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
I move to delete policy ACAB-R, employee and third-party discrimination and harassment complaint procedure dated August 12th, 2009. Previously, well, oh wait.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any public comment? Any board discussion?
As you can tell, this is an old regulation. You just approved ACAB-R, which was revamped. So rather than wordsmith it and tear it apart, it was just easier to delete the old and accept the new, which is what we did.
Gotcha.
All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right. Could I have a motion about the report of the secretary?
I move to approve the revised minutes of the November 28th, 2018 meeting.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any public comment or discussion? Pete?
No, I was just looking at the revisions. So it looks like we
Who said you seconded it?
I know.
Good.
Right.
basically, yeah, attendance. Good.
Okay, we're good. Okay. All those in favor? Okay. The motion carries.
I move to approve the minutes of the December 5th, 2018 meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Public comment? Board discussion?
Pete.
Let's all say it together. Pete? Okay. All those in favor? All right.
I move to approve the minutes of the December 19th, 2018 meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any public comment? Any board discussion? Heat?
1 second.
Yep.
Nope, I'm good. We didn't move much.
Thanks.
All right. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries. All right, committee report. Anything from finance, sir?
Nope, finance is not met.
All right. Facilities,
Facilities is not met.
policy.
Policy is not.
This is easy. I'm gonna shoot for my record here. Okay, anybody else? All right. Board roundtable. An opportunity for board members to address the community. Seriously, I have something.
Okay.
Do it
yeah,
up.
there
Okay.
you go.
Start the ball rolling.
David Young, who is a graduate of Wyndham High School, sang the Star Spangled Banner at the opening of the legislature today.
Oh, nice.
And he did a very good job. All reports. And I will be posting the video. And I didn't get to go because it was too late for me to be here and there. But so I'm very proud of him.
Nice.
And Mr. Prince?
Yes. A former employee of RSU 14 has been appointed or will be appointed as our new educational commissioner. That's Pender Macon. We're just really excited.
That's very exciting.
I've talked to a lot of people, and people are really feeling some excitement to have her at DOE and taking the leadership on. If anybody knows Pender, she's a change agent, and she is a hard worker, and she can really bring about change. So we're really excited about that. To the parents and the public, Department of Ed will be releasing the public school report cards on January 7th. So we'll make sure that that gets out to the parents, and that information, again, tells parents how the district's doing as far as performance, and it's like a report card. Adult Ed, probably 2 more weeks, will be moving in their new facility, and I talked to Tom Nash today, and things have gone very well considering that they've been in a modular, but they're very excited to get into their new building. And also Jeannie Riley and Sam McCowan had a wonderful article and newscast about the Maine Public Radio that put on about the school lunch program, and just all the wonderful things that they're doing with the recipes, and how parents are asking for recipes because the kids are eating so well. And there's been some controversy just recently, should people be following the guidelines that were set a while ago, and I just really applaud RSU 14 for sticking to the guidelines. We're doing what's right for children to make sure they eat well and healthy, and it's nutritious food. So kudos to our Jeannie Riley and her crew, and very excited that we got some press on that. And just lastly, the upcoming budget. The administrators are working with their staff on that, and they will be presenting to us their budgets on January 4th. And then really pretty much in January, we begin to meet with each administrator and go through each budget. So that time of year, getting into the budget season. Thank you.
I do want to say that I posted the thing about the school lunch program, and I have relatives all over, and they reposted and said, "This is wonderful. We need to have this." And so many people were giving kudos to the program. So I was very proud to be connected to it. And I have also asked Sam for her a couple of her recipes when I was having school lunch. It was very good. Okay. Gee, the only thing that's left.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Okay.
All those opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.